Hello and welcome to BeamNG.drive. Today I'm going to take a look at the update 0.37. This update isn't focused on vehicles, but we still received a new configuration for the Grand Marshal, and it is the limo version of the Grand Marshal. This is how it looks like. It looks very nice. The front and the rear are just the standard Grand Marshal, but if we go on the inside we have a new camera called Rider, and as you can see, all new parts, the nice roof, the bench seats, this part here, I don't know how it's called, but there are glasses, there is a phone, radio, a TV, mugs and bottles and stuff like that. The screen has multiple versions of remade iconic scenes of movies. Like this one is Speed. I saw Supercar, The Blues Brothers, and other movies. There are, I think, 9 screens, different still images from movies, and that's a very nice detail. How it drives? It drives quite nicely, actually, and I think the best way to test this is to drive through the narrow streets of the Italy map, because it's perfect to test a long vehicle. The only issue of this car probably is the fact that it can beach very easily. You can get beach so easy in this car, it's not even funny almost, because it's very long wheelbase, as you can see, and the wheels are tiny because they are just standard wheels. Also its weight is almost 3 tons, considering that this is the most luxurious, I think, of the configurations added. So almost 30 tons, standard road wheels, and you can beach yourself easily. Okay, now there is a narrow turn, so I'm a bit on the wrong way, but that's just... okay, I did hit the barrier, that's not nice. It's not easy to drive, because if you watch the car like from here, you have to remember that you're driving a limo. If you're on the inside, you think, yeah, I'm on a Grand Marshal, and you cut the corners and you scratch your fancy limo on the corner. So you have to be careful on this while driving this vehicle. I'm driving without traffic because I just want to try it simply, but it is quite a challenging vehicle to drive, because if you're on a track, you are tall, you have a bit more sense of your dimensions. With this, it's a bit more difficult. For the speed, it is quite nice. I'm flat out 110 km per hour almost, which is nice. I'm on a limo. If I am the passenger, I don't want this car to be extra fast. Oops, that was my bad. You can see the damage is the same as the Grand Marshal, because I did damage to the front and to the rear. Also, this vehicle can be split up in 3 pieces, just like you can split up the Scintilla and the what is it, the other one, the Bolide. Yeah, you can split those, you can split this one. However, in a standard crash that can split one of those 2 supercars, with this it's not happening. If you hit dead on in the middle, it will bend, and you have to hit with very high force on the splitting section. That it's not a standard crash. So on a standard crash while driving, you probably won't see it split, but I will try that in a moment. Right now, I just think that I showcased the driving, which is nice. I did some damage to the steering, but that's just me. I'm trying to find a nice place to crash, but I can't. Okay, camera, please. That was some understeer, but I blame the damage I did early. Okay, a nice spot, because I want to do damage to the middle section, which is not the easiest thing to do, because of course it's the middle section, a long vehicle. I need a lot of space to even do a 90-degree slide. So if I can fall off some side road, that would be nice. Like here, for example, it looks... okay, it wasn't what I wanted. Okay, this is how it looks. I broke some glasses of the middle part. Also, as you can see in the top left, middle drive shaft broken. It is the first part of the drive shaft that comes from the engine, from the gearbox, sorry, and it is somewhat fragile. It's the one that breaks the most. Can I get unstuck, please? Thank you. It's harder to damage the second half of the drive shaft. The first is the one that usually goes first. Now, can I get a nice spot to crash? Okay, no. I lost control, I flipped, but maybe I did damage to the roof. Okay, let's roll this vehicle. Okay, some damage to the roof. It's nice. I broke all the glasses, and if we go on the inside, we can see the light, the purple light is broken, and also I broke the glasses, I broke the TV. This time I didn't break the mugs, but you can also break these mugs. So overall, a lot of attention to the details for this configuration, for this limo configuration. And now let's try to split it up. Before the split, let's take a look at the new configurations for this limo. There are 5 vehicles. We have an after-party, the demolition configuration, and the other are just limousines, a bit more luxurious interior, and trims on the outside, for example, comparing the limousine V8 to the limousine V8 Lux that I was driving in Italy. And also there is the United States presidential limo that has flags on the fenders that are a new part, like the horns on the hood, and some minor details for this vehicle. And now let's try for the split, because it is very difficult to achieve even with the rocket-powered truck that I'm driving and launching at the limo. I have to hit right the back, okay, truck, I don't need you anymore, and as you can see I cleanly almost lost the last part of my car. Let's go and find it. I see it in the distance. There it is. Okay, as you can see, a clean, very clean cut. What I didn't achieve, and I wanted to do, is the split of the frame, because it can split. So now I'm going to do it with the radial menu. Okay, did I do? Okay, where is it? Fun stuff. Let's break everything. As you can see, the middle part is this one, and the middle part of the chassis as well. So you can break this car in 3 parts. Also the frame, and I think this is quite new. I'm not sure about it, but I don't think there are many frames that can be broken like this. So this is a very interesting and new thing that I really like. This update also brought... With this update also came new engines from the... With this update also came new engine models for the Miramar. Let's take a look at one. For example, here it's the 1.6 dual overhead cam. This is how it looks. Very nice, highly detailed in my opinion. It looks very good. And there is also here some wear of the time on this part of the radiator, which is lovely. And also here on the collectors. I really like it. It's very nice. It's simple. A simple change, but it looks very nice, and it proves the game immersion in a very good way. The last important vehicle-related update is the brake glow. Now I'm in a Scintilla race car, because I need a very fast vehicle to demonstrate this. I'm pointing towards the emptiness of the map, so probably around here it should be safe enough. Okay, yes, perfect. Now, camera, turn around, a bit of zoom to see the front brakes, and when I'm at 330 km per hour, I'm going to slam on the brakes. Okay, now here, and let's see. Wow, look at that. That's fabulous. I really like it. It's a very, very nice detail. Sadly, it is a detail that it won't be seen that much, because you are usually using this camera or the driver one, because these are the 2 that I'm using, for example, and unless you spin around and you are locking the brakes for quite a lot of time, you won't see that. But it's there, and it's nice. I like it very much. A very nice thing we got with this update is the new interface for the vehicle selector. This is the new interface. You can see is still very similar, but it has a lot of differences. First of all, there are more advanced controls and filters and display options. Look at these all. I can, for example, make the icons smaller, tiny, like in a list, or huge. I like large. You can expand configs. It will take a lot to cycle through, as you can see from the arrow of the mouse. There are a lot of configurations. It doesn't say the number, which is not nice. Like, for example, here, cars and trucks, if I'm expanding the configs, you can say like you have 2000 mods configurations. It would be nice. It would be nice. Let's keep it not expanded. There are also very... Where are filters? Okay, more filters. Look at all the filters you can click. You can use. I'm out of words. There are a lot of filters to choose from. There are also, you can input your own. For example, if I want the limo, I type limo. These are the vehicles that do have a limo configuration, for example. That's very nice. I really like it. There are also small details on the vehicles themselves. Let's use the what's the vehicle I want to use? Oh, forgot. Yeah, the Legrand. As you can see, the Legrand, okay, let's get back a little bit, has 3 icons. Beam logo, which means that this is a base game vehicle. The wrench and the puzzle. The wrench means that this vehicle has a custom configuration saved, the scrambled one. This one, I used it in a hot lap challenge video. The puzzle pieces means that there are mods for this vehicle active at the moment. So you can better choose and recognize the configuration if they are from the base game, from a mod, or your configuration custom version of said vehicle, which is very, very nice. I really like it. As you can see, these 4, for example, are mods, and this is a custom configuration. The others are base game vehicles. So it's a really nice touch. It's probably one of the best details of this update. I really enjoyed that. With this update also came modifiers. What are the modifiers? First of all, as you update the game and boot it for the first time, you will have this window that I moved to the top. It will be around the middle of the screen to the right. And what it does, basically, it sets, like, for example, up to 6 buttons of your choice. Of course, the defaults are R1 or L1, or if you are an Xbox player, RB and LB. If you are on the keyboard, for example, let's see if I drive on the keyboard, maybe it doesn't have the keyboard, of course, because you can press all the buttons you need at the same time. But it adds layers of setup of options that you can use with the controllers, which is nice. The downside of this is that it screwed probably everyone's setup for the controllers, because I had overlaid buttons and functions that I didn't have before the update. So that was not nice. I needed to delete my setup and redo it from scratch. And I had to change quite some things. So for a while I will be pressing the wrong buttons because my brain is wired like that. So I have to remember that, for example, I used the circle to change the camera, now it's the handbrake, and triangle, it's now my change camera, but it was the lights. And for example, if I press my modifier, which is R1, you can see it highlights the options. Now from the top it's not the best because you need to scroll down, but I remember where I put the lights, and if I press R1 and triangle, it will turn on my lights. You can see from the top. I'm cycling through lights. I also can, for example, turn off the car. I can toggle the gearbox. So you can set up all the changes you want. You can, for example, use it for differential if you are a rock climber or mud circuits enjoyer. You can use it for the doors. You can use it for everything you want. So that's very, very nice. However, the implementation was not the best because it screwed the setups. So, but it is a nice update because in this game there are a lot of functions that you can't use. If you are on a controller, you need a keyboard. Right now, you can have a lot more options on the controller, which is nice. And now it's time for the props that we received with this update, both new and some reworks, which is nice. Let's start with this anti-corner cutting post. Here, can I hit it? Yes, it's quite tough. As you can see, the damage on my covet is pretty intense for such a low bump. As you can see, all the props right there. We also got the bin that was attached to the pigeon street cleaning. Now it is a standalone prop, which is nice, but it doesn't do any damage to the car whatsoever. We got reworked metal ramps that now are more realistically looking ramps, which is nice. That was not necessary, but I wanted to do. We got inflatable balls where you can place your car in and go around. They float on water as well, which is a very weird prop to add. But hey, let me try to hit it. I didn't try it. Wait. Let's try it. Bonk. Okay, so that's that's not very heavy. I saw the suspensions compressing, but I did maybe some bending on the bonnet. I'm not sure if it was damage from the post, from the anti-corner cutting post. We've got a trampoline. That's nice. It also has 5 or 6 configurations. For example, the ramp came with this trampoline. You can also spawn a standalone trampoline. Let's do a small drop of said covet. Let's do it correctly. Okay, and let's see the bounce. Woohoo! That's nice. That's very, very nice. The only drawback for this trampoline is still the camera that needs rework when this kind of bounces happen. Just like the long limo and the long vehicles overall do struggle with bouncing and the vibration of the camera. And now we got a reworked cannon, which looks menacing, and it is way better to go in, because earlier we had a very unusual ramp to go inside. Okay, now I have to cycle through the props to find the cannon. Okay, so now I can raise it. Wait, how can I raise? I don't remember. Ah, yes, page up to raise the cannon. Nice. Sadly, we still don't have a reference for the angle we are using, which is not very nice. And okay, that's nice. And let's throw the car. What? Okay, that was very fast. I can't cycle through all the vehicles and props, so now let's follow it with the free camera. And it was a very, very, very high throw for the Ibishu Covet, and it flattened on the ground, and I'm on fire, which is nice. Okay, let's go back and find the Covet. Where is it? Please. Okay, here, nice. Reset and go to the next one. We have a reworked hamster wheel. This one is also automatically powered, which is nice. There is also the one powered by the vehicle itself, and this one is also is new. You can use the power of the electric motor. Let's find it. Okay, it was at 3%. Let's see if I fire it up to 100%, the top speed of this hamster wheel. Okay, seriously, I'm already outside. Stupid Covet. Okay, let's look it from the other side where we don't have the thing in the middle. And it is pretty fast. The Covet is rolling frantically. It's completely broken. I don't think that if it was on its wheel, it wouldn't be so much better. As you can see, it is pretty nice. It is also pretty stable. I really like it. There is also the option to break the hamster wheel. I'm on okay, that's nice. I'm stuck and I'm on fire. That's nice. Let's see if I can break it. Fun stuff. Boom. Yeah, you can break the prop and the wheel gets loose. It wasn't a very nice breaking because it shattered a lot and shaking quite a lot. Ah! He's smashing my Covet. Yeah, I got my car smashed. Okay, let's find it back. Yeah, completely broken and on fire and a ball of metal, but this was the hamster wheel. Now, we have got a new crusher with two options. One with torque and one with speed, and this one I think it's torque, so let's go and change the space from the rollers. Okay, it's not easy on this because it reacts slowly. You can see it is slowly closing, but it takes quite a lot of time. But now there isn't too much space for the Covet that we are going to destroy with the high torque. Oof. That was not an issue for the roller. That's nice. Can I do a second run through it? It shouldn't do too much more damage to the car. Okay, and brake turn. Let's see. Yeah. It doesn't do much more damage than this, but this was the torque one. There is also the speed one that can throw your car a bit further. And now the biggest reworked prop is the... I forgot the name. The spinning thing. The spinner. Yeah, the spinner. It now has 17 configurations. There are different length of arms. This is the short one. It has flails, there are cinder blocks, there are metal blocks, both for the 2 arms and the 4 arms. There is also the long arms, 2 and 4. There is the circle wall containing the spinners. There is this one that is a movable spinner. You can use the track to move it around, which is very nice. You can also couple it with more things because you can attach more trailers to the back of it, which is nice. And there are also the options of tow hitches instead of at the ends of the arms, which is unusual. It's nice. Now let's throw myself on the flails. Oh, that's brutal. That's nice, and that is the top speed, the fastest speed it can spin. The one in the trailer, it's not. I was just trying the speeds, which are very brutal, but this is able to do damage because you can get stuck in the trailer itself, just as I did. This is... Oh wait, I lost the engine. Oh, look at the engine. Okay, that's poor engine. Anyway, these are the props that received an update, and some are new. They are very fun if you can implement them in scenarios and stuff like that. There is 2 issues, one with the cannon and one with the spinner. Let's find the cannon first, because the others are just normal, affected by gravity, but if I move this one with free camera and F7, it stays fixed where the camera is. So it took me quite a while to position it on the floor, because it spawns like this, and it spawns lifted from the floor. So keep that in mind. I will show that it happens with the flail as well. Flying flail, which can be nice, of course, it can be nice. The flail is understandable. The cannon, it's simply not usable in this condition. So probably, hopefully, a small fix to this detail is appreciated. Look at the momentum of the flail. That's nice. That's very nice. Anyway, these were the props. And the last thing I wanted to showcase for this update 0.37, we received a lot of fun stuff. A new vehicle, some rework of many vehicles, that's just minor coding stuff. but it is very nice and very, not various. An update with a lot of variety in it, which is always welcome. Anyway, I want to do one more thing, and it's a descent with the limo. And I was forgetting the spike strips. That was a terrible mistake, because they got added in this update as well, and they are very, very, very nice. This is an example, the flex, the configuration called flex, the long one. There is also a shorter one. There is also the edges, the tread trap configuration. Let's go over it at the moment. Let's see. Tire puncture. You can hear the whistle of the air escaping the tires, and they are slowly losing pressure and deflating. You can see flat tires. That's nice. Now reset the covet, drive around, because in front of me there are the spike strip activated by proximity. Let's slowly approach them, and as you can see, now they are opening, and then I'm going to get my tires punctured. So that's very nice. That's a very, very, very interesting prop. Probably one of the best of this update, combined with the my god, I'm forgetting the stuff. Probably the spinner received the best overall of the things. The trampoline, it's very nice, but I think this spike strip activated by proximity takes the cake. I really like it. It's very interesting, and it will open the road for more interesting scenarios and police chases. And here we are to the descent with the chosen victim, that is the presidential limo. As you can see, it has the fancy flags on the fan. Wait. There are only... Wait. Flag... It works? Yeah. It's only United States flag for the moment, which is not... what happened? Wait. Game. Okay. A shame that this limousine, it's not armored. As you can see, the weight is still 2.8 tons. The inside is still the same. Now we have a different movie playing in the TV. So that is, I think, a wasted chance to not have it armored. But anyway, let's smash it anyway. I don't care about that. Will I do a flip? Yes. Let's roll it. Ooh. That's nice. And let's see, will it split? Probably. I'm on fire, I have to cough. Oh no. Sorry. I was about to die. I lost the frame from the body, which is not what I wanted. I'm a bit sad about it. Also the frame, it's still in one piece. Come on, frame. I know you can break. So break. I mean... Okay, I don't care about following the frame. Let's go for the body, that it's still in one piece. However, it is absolutely destroyed, flattened, and completely bent in the front. Let's go on the inside. The rider camera, it's outside. Okay, let's use the free one. Okay, I wanted to see this part here. The mags. Yeah, broken mags, as you can see. Earlier I didn't break them, now I did. The TV screen and the glasses are broken, and look at the detail on the TV screen. It's amusing, it's very nice. But this was the new limo we got with this update 0.37, and I think that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.